In today's Money Monday, interesting information about how COVID has affected 401k contributions. And as we do every week, we are going to bring back our resident financial expert, Kyle Winkfield. He is from Finley Alexander Wealth Management. Welcome back.
So good to be here, Elsa.
Happy to have you. I have read, though, that overall 401k contributions are up, with men showing record increases in their accounts. I want to see some women in there too, but how can that be during a time when so many people are struggling?
Well, the first thing that runs through my mind is when you think about the folks who were and are contributing to retirement accounts like a 401k or TSP or any of these employer-sponsored retirement accounts. A lot when COVID happened and we went through massive shutdown, and we're still dealing with a lot of that shutdown here in Maryland, is the industries and the businesses that were affected didn't affect the people who were saving and investing in the stock market through maybe a 401k or a retirement account. So of course, those people stayed duly employed. That's a blessing. And then they were able to continue to put money away. When you think about the part of the economy and the industries that were affected, where the people who save for retirement and 401ks, they weren't adversely affected that way. So they were able to keep on keeping on. So for them, it was a silver lining piece.
So why are the reports showing that women contributed less then?
Wow, that's a loaded question. Let me go ahead and just throw it out. I think that's loaded in a really good way. I mean, do we want to get into gender pay gap? Okay, maybe not now, but that's definitely a piece of it. But let's look at COVID and the impact. In traditional marriages and households where there's a husband and wife, male, female, right? The mom, if you watch any of the nightly news stuff, nationally, you saw how the moms who were working from home had to scale back from their commitments at work to be the mom, the teacher, the PE teacher, then it's mom again. Then it's okay. Let me log into work and do that. So moms, as always, were putting on the cape and being the Wonder Women that they are. And the sacrifice there is perhaps they had to scale back on the hours at work or work altogether. So their ability to contribute to the 401k or to retirement accounts went down even more. And there's a massive gap between what men are able to save and what women are able to save, period. And I think COVID just exacerbated that because of so many roles that we as men put on women. I mean, men could have stepped in, dads could have stepped in and been teacher and everything else, but women picked up that mantle once again.
Typically, that is what is happening. Absolutely. Yeah. Another troubling point, and I saw this just state to state, Utah almost doubled its contribution. So that's great for Utah, but Maryland was 29th out of 50 states. What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, I know the study you're referencing, and so I always look at the source behind the source. And so that I think the group that did that study are actually a 401k architecture firm, but nonetheless, I think why is Maryland behind? I would just say for Utah, it didn't really add up in that study. Okay, here's why I'm saying that. I mean, Utah was adversely affected just like Maryland. So how did they all of a sudden have a spike? I don't know. Sometimes when you look at data and you look at information, just check the source and then say, okay, well, across the board, where are they getting these numbers from? How are they being calculated? But I mean, because I would say Utah, Maryland, California, Texas, they probably all be the same, in my opinion. Now,
got it.
And I didn't do
it might take a little bit to dig a little bit deeper on those numbers.
Dig on those numbers, yeah.
Yes, of course. You always put things in perspective. We appreciate that. We want to keep this conversation going with you. We're, 4 minutes is not enough on the Midday Maryland show. You're going to take this conversation offline as well right after, right?
We're going to do it offline, but I would encourage folks, if you've got questions about 401ks, what makes the best sense moving forward, we're going to have a number of webinars coming up just to talk about better ways to save for retirement, how to enjoy the journey along the way, how to pay less taxes, how to do what you want to do when you want to do it, when you become work optional. So for anybody who's watching right now, if you want to learn some more, you can't learn less, you can go to our website, finleyalexander.com, and sign up for one of those virtual learning events to learn.
Wonderful. All right, Kyle Winkfield, always a pleasure to have you here. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.